ZEZETV lovers, karibuni tena ZEZETV. Na leo tumebahatika kuwa na ARESE UGWU. ARESE UGWU ni mwanadada aliyetunga kitabu cha The Smart Money Women kutoka Nigeria. Leo tuko naye hapa. Karibu.
Asante sana.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, we are lucky to have you here. Maybe you tell us more about yourself.
So my name is ARESE. I'm the author of a book called The Smart Money Woman, An African Girl's Journey to Financial Freedom. It's a personal finance book. I like to say it's a chick lit for finance. So think Sex and the City, but for money and for the African girl. So it's a fictional story that talks about this personal finance struggles of 5 African girls. So there's love there's stuff about relationships, family pressure, society pressure, all with money as the core context of it. So it's fictional, but it has smart money lessons at the end of every chapter. So you basically go through the book and you are learning about different aspects of your personal finances.
The Smart Money Woman, where does it come from? Yes, idea.
So basically, I went through a personal struggle of my own. I was your typical ambitious 20-something-year-old. I had all the same ambitions that you would have when you're a young African. I want to get a first degree, I want to get a master's, I want to get married, I want to have babies, have a fabulous wedding. And for the most part, that happened. I got the first degree, got the master's, did several courses after, had the fabulous wedding. You know, had a child. It was amazing. So for the most part, my dreams came true. I thought I'd met the love of my life. But then I'm 27, and then basically my marriage ends, and I'm in a financial situation where I basically have to take a lot of my savings and investments out to pay for my rent, which was 2 years up front in Nigeria, buy new furniture, basically start my life again, all with a 1-year-old child in tow. It was really difficult for me, but it was a very big aha moment, because it wasn't like I wasn't saving and investing, but I realized that I wasn't saving and investing in proportion to my income. So I started writing articles for Bella Naija. My first article was called A Chanel Bag versus a Stock Portfolio.
You must like a lot bags a lot.
Yes.
I even see in your books.
Yes.
You talk about Chanel bags.
I talk about Chanel, I talk about Gucci, I talk about Nigerian designers like Lady Diva.
A Nigerian woman likes bags.
Yeah, we like fashion.
Yeah.
So the book is not about saying don't spend your money. The book is about saying, you know, how do you find a balance between spending on things that you like, but building a financial future for yourself. So by buying assets alongside your spending patterns, because if you make 100 million naira and you spend 100 million naira, what you have left is zero. So it means if you lost your job, if anything happened with your business, you're not protected. And we need to start protecting ourselves, because I feel like African women were very vulnerable, and we can only truly be empowered when we're financially empowered.
Okay, to me you are speaking about African millennials.
Yes.
Like, what are the misconceptions and mistakes they made
when it comes to money? I think that mostly African millennials think that they're too young and too poor to start saving and investing, and it's not true. The thing is, we're not taught in any formal framework how to keep money or grow money. They just tell you, make money, go to school, become a doctor, become a lawyer now, become an entrepreneur. The focus is on earning, it's not on keeping and growing. And we need to learn how to keep and grow it. So, but then I tell people all the time, it doesn't matter how much you earn, it's about how much you're able to keep and grow. And if you can't find a way to save and invest when you earn 1,000 shillings, you're not going to find a way to save and invest when you earn 1,000,000 shillings, because our consumption tends to rise to meet our income. So you find that when you started your first job, you felt like you were earning a little, and you say, well, when I start earning more, then I'll save. When I start earning more, then I'll save. 10 years down the line, is different. So it's about imbibing those habits from.
What am I expecting from your book?
So you're going to learn things like, so if you buy the book is $25. If you go on my Instagram page at Smart Money ARESE, you'll see the details of how to buy it via M-Pesa. My favorite thing in East Africa. So basically what you learn is how to monetize your skill sets. I believe everyone has genius level talent, and we have different things that within us that we can monetize. How to improve your earning potential, how to get out of debt, how to start investing. So it teaches you about the basics of, investing, how to create a spending plan. That's my word for a budget, and a lot of other things. It basically deals with all the pain points that we have with money when it comes to being an African woman.
But cost of living in Africa is always go high. We can't change that.
Yeah.
What to do so that we can balance? Because the cost of living is high, the earning is
Low.
Yeah.
So this is the thing. What I really want the book to do is to reframe the way that we think about money. So if we have that mindset that, well, it's not my fault, my living expenses are really high in Africa and I don't earn enough, it's never going to be enough. Think about it. If you become a revolving door for your money, right? And you say, I don't earn enough, right? And you spend it all because you say you don't have enough. At every level, you're living from paycheck to paycheck. You're a revolving door for your money, and you're always going to be poor no matter how much you earn. But if you reframe your mindset to think, you know what? I must put aside 20% of my income before I even start spending 1 shilling. Do you know what happens? That 20% over a period of time adds up, and you're using it to build an asset base, right? Because if you think about it, if someone earns 100,000 shillings, there's another person who earns 80,000 shillings, and somehow they're living. There's another person who earns 50,000 shillings, and somehow they're living. They're paying rent, they're paying bills. So how does that person live? We have to always just understand that we need to pay our financial future first, no matter what.
You have your way, you call it slang debit. Slay the debit. How to do that? How to slay the debit?
So in the book and in the online course, I basically teach people how to look at debt, to slay the debt, because there's good debt and there's bad debt. Most people in Africa are doing bad debt because they're buying things that their income can't support, right? So rich people and broke people handle the same amount of debt differently, right? So rich people understand that debt is used as leverage to increase their cash flows and their net worth, so they use debt to buy assets that bring money. Broke people use debt to buy big ticket items that their incomes cannot support. And those items, like a car, it depreciates in value. Bags, it depreciates in value. Weddings, it's over as soon as you've done it, but you'll still be paying for it
just
long
after the Instagram picture.
It's done. After Instagram is done. But so it's extremely important for us to understand the difference between the two so that we don't get in trouble. Even if you're taking debt out for your business, you have to be thinking about things like, how much cash flow do I make from my business, and can it cover the cost of the debt, the interest, the principal over a period of time? How much money am I going to make from this business to be able to afford the debt? So it basically teaches you different things, identifying why you got into bad debts in the first place, so that you don't continue making the same mistake.
I have ZEZETV challenge.
I've heard about it.
Yes, I'm Zeze, so I challenged, let's save together. We have these plans we use, 52 days, 52 weeks planning, which we're gonna open the Kibubu. Kibubu is a piggy bank. On Nigeria, call it Okolo. Yes. So we are saving the money there till December. But the people are complaining that the Kolo or the Kibubu one is full. So we are planning to go to the bank. But we have to stay till December, so that we can't open, we can't use the money. What's the best saving tip so that we can reach to December stress-free?
Okay, so my first tip is understand why you're saving, right? Most people fail when it comes to saving because they don't understand why they're saving, right? So if you know the different things you want to do in a year, have different accounts or kibubus for them. So if it's travel, if it's
Gucci bag.
If it's Gucci bag,
rent,
if it's rent or school fees, have different accounts, because what usually happens is people will save in one place for all their goals, and what will happen is if there's an emergency, let's say they call you from your village and they say, "Oh, Arisa, can I? Someone is sick or someone needs to pay school fees." You take it from
Zuri, the
exactly. You take it. I love that you read my book.
Nice.
They'll take it from the same account. Rent, they will take it from the same account. Your travel, you take it from the same account. And what happens is it's difficult for you to keep track. But when you have separate, so my second tip is, after you've known why you're saving, create separate accounts or separate kibubus for your savings goals, right? Because if, let's say you have an account for travel and you have an account for your long-term savings, so your future, you want to buy land.
That's stock thing.
Yes. Or you have an account for a bag, right? Now, when someone comes, let's say you've gone 6 months saving in each thing, and maybe with one, oh, okay, I have 50,000 shillings, but I need 150,000 shillings. So it's going to take me more time. With this one, I have 25,000 shillings, but I need 25,000 more shillings. Like that, right? That way, when people come and ask you to do things that are not in your budget, that are not according to your savings goals, it's easier for you to say no. Because when it's in one account and you start thinking, oh, I have money, I can afford it, but you can't really afford it. But when your savings are targeted in different accounts, it becomes easier for you to meet your goals. The third one is, especially for women, we need to understand the difference between saving to spend and saving to build. Now, African women, we tend to, even when we start earning money, we tend to think about our money in terms of spending, because we're naturally nurturers. African men, when they're born, they're told that they're going to be providers, they're going to look after the family, so they're more likely to have goals like, oh, I want to be a landlord, oh, I need to take on more risks so that I can be more aggressive with building my wealth. But women, women, when we start earning more money, we think about our money in terms of spending. So we think about things like how to make a house a home, how to buy more things for the kids, like to make the family more comfortable. Maybe we contribute to important things like rent and and school fees. And these are important things, but they're not assets, right? So we have the lifestyle needs and everything. So you have to find the balance between saving to spend and saving to build. Because I'm saying the people who are saving with your kibubu thing, at the end of the year in December, when they've saved all that money, what are they saving it for? Are they going to blow all the money on something like Christmas? It's good to save, but there's no point saving if after the whole year you now blow the money on things that are not assets. You have to find a balance. So let's say you saved 100,000 shillings and you say 50,000 shillings is going to go towards buying land that is an asset that will appreciate in the future, and the other 50,000 shillings is going to go towards my travel to Dubai. You have to just understand the difference between saving to build and saving to spend.
Jamani, bila shaka mmemsikia huyo ndo smart women ana represent. Kama umeweza kusoma kitabu chake, kuna wadada hivi, umeona kitabu chake. Mimi sio msomaji wa vitabu vya finance. Ukisikia finance unajua uko manamba, mahesabu. Mimi nikimbiaga hesabu kila siku nawaambia. Lakini kwenye kitabu cha huyu mwanadada ni kilaini. Yaani unasoma story lakini ndani yake kila baada ya chapter anakupa somo kwamba kuna hiki, anakupa na solution. So ni vizuri sana ukikipata kitabu chake. Pia ana online course, nitaweka link hapo chini, nitaweka link yake ya nitamlink na yeye pia muweze kusoma zaidi kuhusiana na Zeze Kibubu Challenge. Tuonane December tu. Kuna swali. Love you, chocha.